Can you tell us what the changes are? Or are you going to wait?
No. Look, I reckon we hit them pretty well. I reckon the squad trained well, and we're in good shape. But we know that we'll have a really well balanced side, and looking forward to the challenge.
Jaden Stevenson, is he a definite return this weekend?
He looked all right. He's up and about. Good hit out a couple of weeks ago, but I think I've sort of semi-declared him a couple of days ago, didn't I?
And what's your advice to him ahead of this final series?
Go and play really well, enjoy himself, play his role for the team, and I think Geordie's advice was good from what I'd heard. So pulling him aside and saying you're going to cop a whack pretty early, but don't worry about the external noise. Come back to your teammates, come back to your family, and listen to the people that love you. And I think that was pretty wise words from Geordie. So that was advice that I think Jaden's heeded and taken on board. But we feel like he makes us a better side, so we'll get him in.
Perhaps with I suppose the likelihood of a few changes and a few after long layoffs. I mean, how confident are you that they're going to gel together and have that sort of chemistry?
As I said, we'll be a really well balanced team, and the long layoff question is, if you really wanted to dig deep on it, it doesn't make any sense. Steele's missed one. Jaden's now had a hit out coming back. Geordie plays really well off a break, and Dusty's had a hit out and ready to go. So I don't know who are the other guys. But Ashi's trained up really well. Any others? No.
Forward, I mean, got Geordie, Jamie, and Steve-O haven't played together for a while. How do you see that sort of operating? And again, that's that chemistry aspect.
Yeah, I think they all, every player on our list knows their role and knows the way that we want to go about our footy, and it gets tested against the best teams, and obviously in the heat of finals, it's our challenge to be able to execute the way that we want to play consistently. Some of that's on the offensive side, but a lot of it is in the way that we want to defend and the way that we want to compete. So our boys are under no illusions, where their strengths are going to help us be effective in playing our brand against any opposition.
Darcy's probably the main, in terms of question mark over fitness and stuff, just given his history and what happened in that game a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, no question for us. He's trained really well the last 3 or 4 weeks. He's cherry ripe, ready to go.
Was there any mental hurdle there for him?
Nope.
Boxy, sick of answering the same questions for 2 weeks?
Which ones? Which ones? No, the finals bye. Provides some real respite for the players and for the staff. We enjoyed last week. It was a bit lighter. I think we've had a normal preparation this week. But it's I suppose there's a lot of commentary external that we don't we don't absorb as much as people outside may. So our preparation's been pretty consistent. I get the same questions at every presser anyway. So yeah.
Steele spoke during the week about you guys being a better side than you were 12 months ago. Is that how you see it?
Well, I think we'll either find that or we won't. I think we played a better football at the longer the season last year went on, and I think the sides that have successful Septembers and get to get to the pointy end will be sides that rise and find another level in their own capacity. So we believe that we're in good shape. Our preparation's been pretty good. Our availability is as good as it's been all year. There's really no reason for us not to shine.
Is there extra motivation in a milestone match for Penrith?
No, there isn't, but it's obviously worthy of acknowledgement and something that we've celebrated and will celebrate over the next couple of days.
Is the round one game, is that still relevant in terms of analysis of the opposition, given it was so long ago?
Yeah, I think it is in some shape or form, but I mean it is a long time ago now. I think probably what we probably weren't aware of then was the brand that Geelong were going to bring consistently through this season, and it's stood up for the most part. So and their strengths came to the fore that night. Really good defence, good stoppage side, and some players that are going to take their chances in the contest. That can burst out of stoppage. So that's round one, but we've seen that consistently from them, through the season. So their strengths are fairly clearly defined, and ones that we need to look after.
Chris Scott said Reece Stanley is probably one of the only ruckmen that can challenge Brodie Grundy. What do you make of that statement, and looking back to round one as well?
I think anyone can challenge anyone given the right mindset and the right environment, I suppose. But Broads is ready to go. He's had a strong season, but we drew the line on home and away a couple of weeks ago, and this is a new season for us. Good opportunity for him. It's not necessarily about how many hit-outs. It's not about how many touches. It's about effect and consistency throughout the 4 quarters, and Broads has given that to us. So regardless of who his opposition is, what he brings to the table makes us better, and I'm pretty confident that we'll see that.
Struggled to score a bit against them the last 2 or 3 times you've played them.
Yeah.
Will you sort of set yourself up differently or try and move the ball differently to get through?
They've struggled to score against us as well. They've been quite defensive, dour battles. And I'd suspect that given the forecast conditions that we might see something similar. I think for us it's maintaining our composure and our consistency in what we do when clearly the opposition are going to have moments where they're going to defend really well. They're the best defensive side in the home and away, and they've proven that over the last couple of years. They get back really deep to support their defence. So we understand that there's going to be times when we might control territory, but we might not be hitting the scoreboard as well as we'd like. But there's still a lot that we need to get right to have that opportunity, and we still believe that we can score effectively and well when we execute. But we do understand that we're coming up against a pretty good defensive side.
Scott Pendlebury's obviously indicated, he'd like to hand over the reins. Do you have a view on, I guess, who might be the next captain? Do you have any comments around that?
We've got a really strong leadership group, and I'd say it's as deep as it's been before, not just our senior group but our emerging leadership group. I think Pendle's, in some shape or form has delegated and handed over responsibility to the guys that are his lieutenants. Probably Steele and Tay are the closest as vice captains. But I think that I think Pendle's probably the sign of a great leader is that he's not always at the front dragging blokes along. He's really developing and has been excellent for us. Probably not a September question.
Jordan Rapids obviously been a real handy option for you guys playing different positions. Do you look at putting on Tom Hawkins, given that he's obviously played well against some good key forwards this season?
Yeah, he's been really good for us up forward. So we have that capacity as well, and we like that. We like that look clearly, and we need to consider our second ruck options. But he has played well as a key back for a lot of the year, and but he's done the job up in front of the ball also. So it's good to have that flexibility.
Geelong's record after the bye, or after a week off, obviously hasn't been great in recent years. I mean, is there something to exploit there?
Well, it's prevalent, but I think the best way you can exploit that is by bringing your best to the table. We're really focused on our side of the net first and foremost. Whatever comes back the other way is Geelong's prerogative, but we've really got to look after our end of the bargain.
There's obviously some tough calls at selection too, but there's going to be some unlucky boys.
Yeah, look, we've as I said, our availability is probably as good as it's been. So Well, I can guarantee you that every one of the blokes who's out in the training track wants to play on Friday night, and they're chafing at the bit to contribute as much as they possibly can. So there'll be 22 blokes entrusted with it this particular game, but we've got a whole raft of players underneath that are still working away to prove their bona fides and take their chance if it comes. So I think there's clearly a responsibility for the blokes that do take the park on Friday night, but we're representing a much deeper group of players who are all working towards a common goal.
Just a question about you. You received, praise for essentially being so vulnerable during last year's finals loss. I guess, how has your mindset sort of been over the last 12 months, and how do you think personally you've evolved, or have you personally evolved?
Yeah, I hope every day. I think through our experiences we learn a little bit more about ourselves and the people that you're involved with, and as I'm on record as saying I'm as proud of the club and the people that make it up as I have been in my entire time here. I think the influences in our environment are wide and varied and come from all different places, male and female, leaders or young players that have come into the environment that have a different perspective. For me, the last 12 months, the challenge for us has been, I suppose, continuing to shine a light on our strengths and on the things that we've done well, and support for each other is a big part of that. We did battle with internal expectations a little bit early, but I think we got through that pretty well and we're able to have a strong home and away to put ourselves in this position. I know that the fundamentals and the chemistry that we have in the place is in good stead, and we're in a really good position to have a real crack at the next month.
Did you get some good feedback about your doco?
Yeah, I did actually. From friends and family and loved ones, and from I suppose anyone that's a lover of footy. I think it's good to see. I mean, it wasn't just a football doco either. I think anyone that probably anyone with a heart was relatively absorbed by it, because it's real. It's we're flesh and blood like everyone else, and our boys aren't perfect all the time, and they're not they're going to make blues, and they're not impregnable, and that's the beauty of it. And I've got a lot of love for each other in here, and I think that's part of our fuel, part of our DNA, and I'm proud of the fact that we're able to showcase that through that doco as well.